Well, hello everybody, a very good evening to you all. It is live on Touring with Us, so with Nick C here. Very good evening to you all, wherever you are watching here. Let's hope that we can spread the word here and make sure that you follow us here if you haven't already here on Touring with Us. There's a whole chunk of you that have, of course, watched us throughout the whole of these broadcasts, but yet they've never actually followed us, so make sure you do. We really do appreciate that, even if you watch us by accident here. We'll be on until about 11 o'clock tonight, and of course it usually is about an hour or so, and just to remind everyone that all shows are recorded for safety purposes. So I'll repeat that once more and once only. All shows that we do for the broadcast are recorded for the YouTube channel, for those people who have missed it, that kind of thing. So a huge welcome to the channel here, and I do hope along the way that some people do discover us. It is early stages here, and of course, yes, I'd like to start with, of course, congratulating England for beating Republic of Ireland earlier on this afternoon, and we've got another game against Finland at Wembley in a few days' time, and of course it will mark the remembrance of Sven-Göran Eriksson, who of course led us to the semi-finals at least, or definitely in the playoffs, and what a remarkable achievement that he done serving as an England manager. But yeah, there's been some debate whether, of course, the manager himself, Lee Carsley, who was a former Everton player and also, of course, played for Republic of Ireland and did not actually sing the English national anthem. So there's a bit of a dispute going on with that at this moment of time. But that is just another thing altogether. It's very, very thin on the ice, and it will start warming up pretty much soon. Ray James is in the chat, the first one in the chat. Hello to you. Thank you very much for keeping me company this evening here, whoever you are and wherever you are watching. Sometimes we read out the word for today, which is what I'm going to do very shortly. But we've got some videos to actually show you here. Some of which are comedy, and some of which, of course, is my childhood here. Who remembers, you know, things that you remember when you were a child, especially on the TV, for example. I was watching Catchphrase with Stephen Marhorn. I'm not really a huge fan of Stephen Marhorn, but of course, you know, it was interesting to watch here with the celebrities. Kevin Whiteley was on, and a couple of others I don't remember the name of, but of course I know the lady next to Kevin Whiteley won in the end, and then got clueless in the last few seconds, basically the last minute, because you had to think of the answers of the catchphrase in quick succession. I preferred it when Roy Walker was in charge of that one, the Irish one, which probably has retired now. But of course, Jack is in the chat. Different people each night, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for discovering us, Jack and Julie. Hello to you. Hello to Ray, Vic, Jack and Julie all together. They're absolutely fantastic. So of course, if you want your name mentioned, come and say hello. Hello, actually hello. So yeah, come and say hello in the chat if you are sort of willing to do that, or do you feel the confidence to do that? So yeah, the video that I'm actually going to show today to begin with, to get you all sort of motivated, get you all in the mood here, because I've actually got the video now ready to play, and it is just a short segment, of course, of the characters that played in Chronicles of Narnia, the first edition, when it was on BBC One, the Andy Peters days. You know, that brings back a little bit of memory there, and I used to watch that every sort of Christmas when it was on, and of course I used to get scared of that witch, who actually was played by Barbara Kellerman. So yes, she's in her 70s these days, but still going strong. I'm surprised she's still around, but of course, it's all good that she's still around and all that kind of thing. Here in 2024, but of course, I remember those characters quite well. There was Lucy, Edmund. I can't remember the other couples, but of course, there was a few of them anyway. But of course, there is an interview with them that I found on the social media platform somewhere. And of course, you can probably see it in full in big screen when you go over and see it. Go over and see it. It is definitely well worth it. I might actually show you a little bit of, at some point within my shows, a little bit of what Dan Mutton has to say on Outspoken. If you've never heard of that, go over and, of course, check that guy out, because he's amazing. That's the one that, of course, unfortunately, of course, left GB News for whatever reason it was. I don't know, but he was formerly on GB News for 3 hours. Then it got cut down to 2 hours, and then, of course, out he went. But that is another story. I won't go into the details of that. But of course, I'm sure he explains it all on his show. But he also advertises the things that he advertises, like Versatile, which is quite useful, and of course the Groomer, which very much looks like something like this, but a lot more advanced. It's very similar to one of these, but that's what they call the Groomer as well, just Groom Ease. But and he's got a special discount on there as well, which is well worth listening to. Someone's just pinged me here. Sorry, I just had to respond to a message here. Sorry, I have to pause the stream here whilst I contact someone here, just in case I say something I shouldn't. But anyway, of course, a very, very good evening to you all. A slightly different time than the morning that I will normally do here, which was yesterday actually. So it is Saturday the 7th of, without getting confused, September 2024. Hello to Luke Smedley 4, who has just joined. I'm very good, thank you very much. Hopefully you can get Nicole back on the moderating system, as well as you can be a moderator as well. Let me just get you as a moderator if I can. Can I get you as a moderator? I'm sure I can. Add a moderator. I'll get you as a moderator now. So you should be signed as a moderator there. Confirm. There you go, moderator added. Luke Smeddy, you are the moderator. Make sure everything's running smoothly on our channel. So I am very good, thank you very much, Luke. Did you watch the England game, or did anyone actually watch the England game? It's not just about what Luke might have watched, but of course anybody here watched the England game. Alex, that talking, I don't know what that means, but of course, hello Alex anyway. Lots of Alexes about. Julie's in the chat, and also Jack is in the chat as well. I wish, of course, I can go on mobile so that I can actually read to people on the chat much more better than YouTube. But anyway, of course, yes, it doesn't seem to sort of flow like YouTube, this sort of feeling of TikTok. Although TikTok is not my favourite of all social media platforms. But saying that, of course, I quite like the fact that, of course, you can just flick on any live and people spot you, and I've spotted other lives as well, and I want to say hello to everyone that I have spotted, even ones that I've known personally. I know who Melissa J is now. She is one of the moderators for Touring With Us, so if she does come in the chat, she may well do on the actual latest with Nick C. So people are slowly coming in now, which is fantastic here. and I hope that Nicole can come back and find out how to unblock herself and come back on the stream. And I hope everyone is okay. I was speaking about the England game earlier. Before I go on to a video that, of course, I was going to be talking about before I got a message from someone. It was regarding, of course, what I have watched since I was a child, but of course you seem to forget about it, but they don't sort of play it each year like they used to on the BBC many years ago. This is what they call the British Bashing Corporation. Okay, so yeah, the British Bashing Corporation used to be very good. Obviously it's not as good as it used to be. It might be to some people, but certainly not to other people. But yeah, I'm not going to share my opinion on it. You know, you may have an idea, but of course, you know, I don't really share my views. But like I say, you know, they used to be very good back in the day, and of course they used to show the Chronicles of Narnia, the Witch, or the Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe, not the film version, because that was then put by different latest actors, you know, and of course the original actors were so brilliant at it when it first came out, and it was just amazing. So we're going to play that video in just a second, and maybe we can get some people to react off the back of it. So yeah, like I say, the England game, I did see the first half. Of course, England took the centre in the first half and Republic of Ireland in the second. But what I would say is that we sort of died down in the second half, but the first half was a lot better. I wasn't really paying attention. It always seems to be when I'm not paying attention, England start playing better. If I'm focused on England, it's like any game, isn't it? When you're watching something, when you're focused on it, you either get a result or you don't get a result. You know, I know we've got Manchester United coming up very soon in about a week's time. But of course, if I focus on that, just to test that point, you know, we probably may not win. But of course, if I'm not really that focused on the actual game, maybe we'll have a chance. I don't know. I really don't know. But of course, I don't know how we're going to do against Man United. Sorry, but let alone Man City, of course. But like I say, Man United will be the tough test for us. But we could get 3 points, but I can't really see it. It is the Saints against the Devils, though. So that says it all, doesn't it? But anyway, so yeah. C has joined, Reese has joined, Benford has joined. Hello to everyone this evening here. We're here until about 11 o'clock here, of course, UK time. And the time, if you're watching live, is 21 minutes past 10 p.m. UK time. Saturday the 7th of the 9th, 2024, which is a September month. So there you go. And of course, yeah, tomorrow will be Sunday actually, the 8th of September 2024. And by the way, of course, if you're interested in your sort of churchy style, classical kind of music, you may be interested in a nice and relaxing show, which we also have a special account on TikTok as well as the YouTube channel if you haven't yet subscribed to that. And of course, there is a very good musician that's also played in Beres and Evans. His name is Richard McVeigh. Now listen to him very carefully. He's got a lot of people from America watching his show a lot of times, and he's got people that request shows and actually sponsor the song. So they pay for each song that he plays on the organ, which is a virtual kind of organ, a free keyboard. In terms of manual, you know, if you don't know what a manual is, it's not actually a manual you'll read, it's actually a keyboard. Just imagine 4 keyboards and a few stops where you pull out the stops for instruments, and you've got these little buttons called pistons alongside each keyboard. So yeah, a lot of people don't really understand that. What it's all about and why people listen to that kind of music. It is kind of like difficult music to listen to. It's very much of the classical era, very similar to the strings, you know, that you hear in the dun 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 da da da, that kind of thing. But of course, yeah, there's other things besides, and there's a lot of out of copyright music here, especially Johann Sebastian Bach, a German composer, which of course is no longer in copyright because it's way out of copyright. It's over 70 years according to the PRS, Performing Rights Society rules. And of course, yeah, there you go. It's got to be 70 or more years, and of course that is the current law. I think it's too long, but there you go. 70 years after someone's passed, or the composer, the actual composer. So Johann Sebastian Bach, Tchaikovsky, that's another one, and Vidal's Toccata, that kind of thing. The list goes on. If you're into the world of classical music, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, of course, do your Google research. Or as Elon Musk might say, he's going to plan, hopefully, for his own search column soon to outwit, maybe, Google. That's what I hear circulating around at the moment. But whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But there you go. So, there we go. Morgan is tuned in here. Hi, C. Hello to everyone. How you doing? Are you doing okay? You are? Nice one. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do now is go and talk about, of course, the video that I'm going to play straight away. And basically what it is reminiscing those childhood days of Chronicles of Narnia, written by C.S. Lewis, the actual book that was actually a sort of book that was written, and it is I would say, is it non-fiction or is it fiction? I don't know which way round it is. It's basically not true story, so I don't know which way round it is. But anyway, of course, I'm going to play it to you, and it doesn't go on for too long. And then after that, after we take a break and all that kind of thing, we'll go and talk a little bit about some comedians which are going to be playable on the stream as well. So 2 sets of comedians coming up very shortly. One is very much famous and has his own YouTube account, and the second one, of course, a little bit underrated, but of course could do well in seaside resorts, especially in East Anglia. Right, okay, let's go to this video here and sit back and enjoy if you can. This is really cool. This was the next one on from The Witch in the Wardrobe, where they went on the voyage, I think. I've never saw that episode as much as the original bit. I always loved the original bit. As we sit back and enjoy, as if you're watching out the cinema. Taking guests at the moment, but of course, if you'd like to come on,
no further.
Sorry, if you would like, I'll mute the audio for a second. If you'd like to actually be a guest, and do let us know in a text message form or email touringlassteam@gmail.com. We'd like to pre-plan it if we can for all our guests from now on. Hopefully that's okay. I've just seen Nicole on the chat here. This is Chronicles of Narnia here. Before I go on and give you some audio here, you can see all the old actors here and the Aslan there, where probably they used a lot of people to actually get that sort of made up. You can imagine about 2 people holding up a big lion face there. I don't know really how they did it, but this was just amazing. So yeah, this is how it all started. So let's have a watch and enjoy.
Did it really happen?
Name?
Peter, sir.
Susan, sir. I'm Lucy.
You have a name too, I trust?
Edmund.
Sir.
Sir.
Hello, I'm Jonathan and I played Edmund in the Chronicles of Narnia.
Hi, I'm Sophie and I played Lucy in the Chronicles of Narnia.
Hi, I'm Richard and I played Peter.
Hi, I'm Sophie and I played Susan.
Where did you first meet?
Well, we first met at the final audition, didn't we? When the director was trying to pair basically a family, because you've got to make us all look like brother and sister.
There was a series of workshops. We met at the second workshop, I think, because there was an exercise that we all had to do where we had to tell each other about our families and then remember what the other person said. So it was basically an exercise to see if we could listen to each other, which is, I think it was quite good. Did you not do that?
I can't remember it.
I obviously didn't listen.
It's on the documentary. But they got it down to 2 families in the end. And that's when we met.
And it was really because even though you're quite young, we all knew what was going on, and there was, it was a bunch of about 20 kids, all of us kind of in what was known as the green room, and they kept kind of calling people in and out and in and out, and you kind of knew when you were standing.
For the last hour, it was just us going again, so we sort of had a feeling.
It's quite a bizarre selection though. It's not your sort of bog standard family.
Speak for yourself.
I think they took a risk on the family, really, because I think the other family they had it down to was much more like your sort of typical idea of what the Pevensies would look like, and I think we were all quite unusual for what people had in their imagination.
Yeah. I didn't look anything like Lucy. I didn't look anything like Lucy. If you look at the books and the original drawings, she's quite sort of tall, skinny, and long plaits, and I was this short little dumpling. With great big puffy face and short hair.
And now I'm the shortest one now, so yeah, it's all changed.
Do people still recognise you?
Yes.
Not you.
Sophie looks the most different.
Thank God. I knew I'd reached a good point in my life when people weren't saying, They sometimes, if they say, oh, what do you do? And I say, oh, I'm an actress. They say, oh, what have you done? And I kind of do things. Say, no, haven't seen that. But you do look really familiar. And then I say, well, I played Lucy in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And that's like, yeah, that's it. Oh my God. But I think you haven't. Obviously, you've got older.
I have got older. What's strange is when you meet children who are about 8 or 9 who weren't even born when we made it, who are obviously watching it on videos or DVDs.
I'm at university now, so a lot of the people that are 21 now, and they were little when they saw it, and they really loved it. So the only feedback I get is really positive, and I was really proud to be a part of it. So anything is good as far as I'm concerned, but I always get recognised all the time that you get.
They get recognised occasionally, yes, but as Sophie said, it's such a positive thing. It's such a good thing to be part of. And when people come up to you, they're always interested, and they always love the stories, and we love them as well. So it's good. It's a good thing.
I think because they're such magical stories as well, people remember them with such fondness. So
it was that kind of, because they were on a Sunday afternoon, and you'd sit down with your parents and sit in front of the telly and have tea and watch it. And I think, because I remember doing it, they did the Box of Delights, I think, like a year or two before we did Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and to me that was, I really had sort of fond memories of that.
What was it like working with groundbreaking special effects?
God, well, because we got chucked in quite quickly, didn't we, on the old harnesses?
We did rehearsals. We actually were taken to a theatre. We didn't really know what quite to expect. We went to a theatre where I think they filmed Peter Pan or something. Or they
were doing the production, weren't they? Yeah.
And they strapped us in and got us to stand on one side of the stage and said, right, run across the other side. So off we went, bum, 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 and we'd take off.
Well, the thing when we were all suspended at the same time was in Prince Caspian when we go into Narnia for the second time.
That's right.
And we'd spent a lot of time just up in the air.
For us, it was flying on Aslan when we were flying on Aslan's back. So they'd have to suspend us and then sort of hoist us onto the back of the lion, type of thing.
I flew on the back of a unicorn or something. If you look at the footage, my knees are actually in the wings of the horse.
Just mute it for a second. Of course, as far as I can gather, these are the people that, of course, this video was taken quite a long time ago, and you can actually find it on YouTube somewhere in full screen. But of course, yeah, I'm only showing you a little bit here. It reminds me of the ITV Children's Nightmare back in the day. You know how they would have set this, how magical they did at the time. And these are the people, you know, they are sort of older than they were when they were first filming this, but of course they probably got a lot older since that, and they had to basically learn how to do this kind of thing here, as you can see. So let's have a listen to what they have to continue to say.
We had to wear, because obviously we were wearing shorts or skirts, we were actually wearing thermal long johns with flesh-coloured tights over them, which took a while to get used to.
These really lovely galoshes, they were.
But I mean, we did a lot of the snowing scenes were in Scotland, and yes, you would have snow some of the time, but a lot of the time they had to use fake snow, which is basically like Lux, isn't it? Put into a machine and foamed. And the thing about that is it looks great if you're doing a shot when you're not walking in it, but if you actually look at some of the Narnia scenes and look at our feet, you might see that we've got like little bits of soap on the bottom of our
We just had a
very clean feet. The actors who played Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, Leslie Nichol and Carrie Shale, particularly found it very hard walking in the snow. So you had to have, do you remember there's 2 members of crew on standby who we called the Beaver Retrievers, who would stop them, you know, or they would catch them every time they fell. I think that's on the outtakes as well, actually.
On our first ever day of filming was when you see us coming out of the wardrobe for the first time as the 4 of us together, and that was actually the first day of filming. And we were wearing tights, the skin-coloured tights, and we had the little charcoal.
The tea bags.
They were tea
things
bags
which you shake and they heat up. So we had those all stuffed down.
Everywhere,
all our
ends of your
boots,
shoes, everywhere.
everywhere.
Did you have many fans at the time?
Yes. We had fans we had kind of a mixture of fans, didn't we? I remember when it first came on, we all got lots of Bibles sent to us, because obviously there is a religious sort of undertone to it, and it's, you know, very similar to the story of Jesus Christ. But it was a bit freaky when you're sort of 13 getting a Bible sent through with a long sort of, obviously someone had taken the time to write the letter, but I much preferred the ones that were saying, I really liked you in the line in the wardrobe.
I got lots of letters from America. I got quite a few letters from America, and I got lots of red roses.
Oh.
Yes. So.
And also,
They were dead by the time I got them, actually, because they sent them to the BBC by the time they got home. Well, very good.
do you remember when they reviewed it on Points of View? The British TV programme, basically, that people write in and talk about their comments of current TV programmes. And somebody wrote in and said, why can't the BBC get a real child to play the part of Peter instead of the overgrown, pompous, yuppie dwarf?
Well, they said, but they sent one about me, saying about me popping out of my cardigan, and I know I was chubby, but come on.
What was it like working with Aslan?
Aslan.
They spent a lot of money on creating this lion, this animatronics lion. So the first time we saw him was in the rehearsal rooms at North Acton, and he had his head, but his body, his body wasn't quite finished. But suddenly you had a real lion in the room, and it was really magical.
Just the hair on his face, every last detail.
His eyes were very expressive, weren't they? Aslan was suddenly there.
How did filming The Chronicles of Narnia affect your careers?
Well, I wanted to be an actor, you know, when I grew up at the time. So Lion, Witch and Wardrobe opened a lot of doors for me. So it was great. It created a lot of opportunities, and I wanted to do West End musicals, and I did, and some more TV, and went to America for a bit. So it was a great sort of you know, a good start, really.
I taught ballroom dancing when I followed my sort of dancing roots when I went over to Australia. Whilst I was there, I did a bit of acting, sort of extra work in Home and Away, just for the fun of it. And then taught ballroom dancing and went to Vegas and competed in Vegas, which was fun. And then since then I've come back and I've sort of regressed because I'm now studying, so I'm now at university. So, but you've been to university.
I just finished a degree. I finished Narnia and did a bit of TV work, and then sort of decided I'd had enough, and it was rather like having a career early on, and and I didn't really know what to do, so I spent several years sort of just travelling and wandering around, not really having a direction. And then a few years ago I went to university, read a degree, and now I'm restoring pictures, enjoying it. It's good.
Gave me the bug, unfortunately, much to my parents' dismay. They sent me back to school to do my GCSEs and my A-levels. They said that if I wanted to do it, I'd have to apply to drama colleges, go and get a training, and if I got in, I could go and do that, and if not, I'd have to go to university. Ha 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 to them, I got in. So they had to support me for another 3 years. So I went and did that, got an agent, and I do bits and pieces. Yeah, carried on acting. When I'm not acting, I nanny and look after children, which is great, and I also run like little musical drama schooly thing for kids and things like that. So I'm still out there. I still love acting.
So there we go, that's the Voyager there, absolutely brilliant there, with, I think it's Sophie Wilcox, who played Sally back in the time. There was Edmund, and there was someone else.
Lucy?
Peter, and there was another one guy as well. But yeah, it was just amazing to see that little segment there. So yeah, preferably just to let everyone know that, of course, generally speaking, if you want to be a guest, as we've always said, we always like to pre-program our guests. In other words, of course, we like to plan it beforehand. As we know these people, they want to come on as a guest. There's 2 of them that wants to come on, so of course I'll bring them on. Let me just flick it over to Touring With Us live here. So yeah, here we go. Okay, who keeps sending me messages? Right, okay, some scammers I think, but anyway, I could come on in the box to talk about your account. Well, the problem is, just to let everyone know, some people have been saying that, of course, I have blocked someone here, which of course I can actually prove to you, the evidence here, and Julian has seen it for herself. That a private account, which is up the top there, I don't know if you can see it very well, private account is up there, okay, and of course I've unlocked it, so yeah, and there's nothing locked on there at all whatsoever. Activity status is unlocked, there's nothing on there. Otherwise you wouldn't be actually coming on the chat, so I can't see the issue. I really can't see the issue of what's going on there. You've come on the chat here, and I don't know really what you're fussing about really, but of course, yeah, there's 1 or 2 people questioning about that, you know, and you know, I don't really know what you're really questioning, so you know, I don't know what you're protesting about really.
Probably need evidence your side.
Sorry?
Probably need evidence her side that it's blocked.
Yeah, you just need to show me a screenshot that it's actually blocked your end, but if it was blocked you wouldn't be on the chat. So you're there and I've added you as a moderator. Is this some sort of wind up or a joke? I don't know, but of course, anyway, of course, welcome along, and of course I will try and get them to come on as a guest right now, in actual fact. Just bear with me.
As long as you get chat free.
Multi-guest, it's not coming up now, so yeah, anyway, oh hang on, give it a chance. I'll just have to click it maybe once. Not you really used to this. Okay, I'll just add you now. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, come in.
Hello, come in.
Get an echoed feed here. I don't know what's that all about. Oh God, it sounds very awful. Are you there, Nicole? Or have you gone to sleep?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Oh, you can actually hear me this time. On my other phone, sometimes you can't hear me.
Not on the account.
Right. Okay. Well, I can. I've just told you several times. There's nothing on.
The iPhone 7S has only got the Tom Bus on it, nothing else.
Right. Okay. Well, you managed to get on here. Which phone are you on?
The other account.
Oh, you on iPhone 8 then?
I don't have an iPhone 8.
Right. What are you on? A Samsung?
No, I don't have a Samsung either.
Well, what phone are you on then? You must be on the phone.
You know.
This is crazy. So yeah, what phone are you on? You must be on the phone, otherwise you would be talking to it. Right? Okay, let's bring on. We're bringing Luke on now. Luke's coming in.
Hello.
Hello, Luke. How are you? Can you hear me, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Nick,
Yes.
you know, on the block list.
Yeah. Well, I've looked at that. That's what I tried to explain. You know, on the block list.
If I go on mine
Yeah.
and unblock Nicole, my end, with the picture without no profile picture.
Right.
I can't unblock her.
Right.
It has to be your end.
Right, yeah, well, you see, I haven't blocked her. This is God's honest truth here.
Look at all your phones.
I've got private account unblocked and activity status unblocked. Is there anything else that I've missed out? Because, you know...
It says, what was it? Can't perform this account on other moderators.
Yeah, because I she wouldn't be in the chat otherwise. She managed to get on the chat.
Yeah, because she's on her other phone.
Ah, might be because the other phone's out of date. Maybe.
Could be.
It could be that. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible, but I don't know anything. But unless anyone else knows any different, because I'm quite new to TikTok myself, so there's no way we would have blocked our end. Isn't that right, Julian?
No, I don't know nothing about technology.
If I am on, it's 7, and the other one is working.
Well, if one's working on one, why is the other one not working? So it doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
No, I don't know. But you're definitely not blocked on this one because it comes up. Yeah. Anyway, you're here. That's the main thing. So it is a strange one. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah. So Luke, did you watch the England game?
No, but I see the score.
Oh, you see the score? Yeah, that's a pretty good result, isn't it? You know. But
because Greece have already won 3-0.
Oh yeah, well, Republic of Ireland are bottom of the group now. England are top, aren't they?
No, they're second.
Oh, the second now.
Because Greece won 3-0.
Oh right. So we got to beat Finland on a few days' time. I think it's Wednesday. I think.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's it. Yeah, and it'll be a respect for Sven-Goran Eriksson as well. So yeah, that'd be quite interesting. So yeah, apparently the new manager for England. I don't know what you make of him. Is it Lee Carsley? Yeah, he didn't respect the England national anthem. What do you make of that?
But just see how he is.
See how it goes with the team. You mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, okay. So yeah, what else can we talk about tonight? So yeah, have you been anywhere lately, Luke?
No.
No. Oh, you just been stuck in the same area then.
Yeah.
Yeah, saving money.
Damn right.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that, because everything's going up in price, everything, that kind of thing, and it is difficult to get out and about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you still hear me, Nicole?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what would you like to talk about then?
No.
I don't know. You've gone quiet. Did you watch the England game?
Come off. Nicole, come off and come back on because it's echoing.
Ah, she's got an echoing problem. So what? Yeah, I'll take her off and then. Oh right, she's gone off anyway. So yeah. Oh right, okay. Yeah. She's had an echoing problem. I don't know what that was about. Maybe her reception is a little bit faulty. See if it happens again. Sometimes it's the internet signal. You need to reset that each time. Hello.
Hello.
Is that better? That sounds better.
No, it's still the same.
Oh, you're getting the echo feed.
Move your microphone away from the computer.
Is that better? I'm trying to move it away, actually. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Hello?
Hello? Is that better?
Hello?
Hello, Luke? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. Is it better now?
No, it's the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay. I've moved the microphone to another distance.
What I do is I come off and come back on and see what happens.
Well, whatever happens, because these shows are recorded and goes out on YouTube, because it's a show that we're doing here, and just to let you know, and of course we can hear you perfectly, and you'll hear that back on the replay. So yeah, come off anyway, and then come back on again. Okay. Yep.
What's that?
I don't know what's happening there. He's getting an echo feedback.
Is your microphone a total?
Yeah, no. I've moved it, and I can show you that it's moved over there, completely over there. Yeah. So yeah, it's well out of the way.
It's through your end.
Well, someone's in. Is he going to come back on? No. Well, you're not getting any echoed, are you?
No.
That's all right. Yeah, your echo is clear.
What you got to do is adjust your sound your end.
Sometimes when you sort of replay the internet, you turn it off and on, and sometimes it clears it off. So turn the internet off and then back on again, it refreshes it.
Can't, because it takes 10 minutes to reset it.
It takes what, sorry?
It takes 10 minutes to redo it.
No, it doesn't. If you go onto your Wi-Fi and turn your Wi-Fi off and turn it on again. You don't have to turn your phone off.
Yeah.
We've got some people in the chat, by the way. Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Cool. We've got Junior Brown here. We've got Lisa Marie here.
Zoom in, I can't see it.
I can see the chat.
No. Just about, I'm blind as a bat.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to have to read it out for you then. So Rog Black there, and Jazzy there, and Jazzy. Right, okay. When Jazzy is tuned in, she just commented right now. When she's watched in, of course, or whoever that is, it says it's not echoing my end. Thank you very much for leaving us a comment on that. Okay. So, yeah, is there anything you want to add, Nicole, or do you want to leave it at that tonight? Is there anything else you want to say?
What?
Anything else you want to talk about? Like the nice relaxing show? Oh, okay. Did you know, I've been looking through other people's lives on TikTok just before you go. Right. Okay, I've been going through people's lives, and I asked one person, have have they ever been to East Anglia? And they said they haven't.
Hey, Jasmine.
Jasmine?
Jasmine from my YouTube.
Jasmine? Who's Jasmine?
Jazzy's got a little boy.
Oh, you know Jazzy?
Yeah, she's my mate.
Ah. What? Hi, Nicole. It's Jasmine from Facebook. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Jasmine. Thank you very much for really confirming that it's not echoing. So you need to report that to Luke. And so maybe he's having problems with his internet or something.
I put Jazz. Listen, I put Jazz as a moderator. No, I follow her.
Well, she can be a moderator. More moderators we have, the better. Obviously, we will stick to a limit if we've got too many of them.
If you want. Can you not talk over her? She's a mother as well. Don't talk over her, please.
Okay, yeah. Don't say that on air. I know exactly what you mean there.
As if you want to be a moderator, you're welcome to be mod. Don't go about Nick. He's been a pronk.
Pronk? Please do not say that on air, please. You keep your private life off air, please.
I said pronk. I don't know what that word means.
God, you make me laugh at all ends.
Who is a moderator, Nick?
You.
More.
You are a moderator. Didn't you not know that? You've been moderator for years.
Well, I thought you was a tomato.
Well, you're called Onion and Turtle, aren't you?
Frog, maybe.
Right, ask her if she wants to be a moderator. If she doesn't, then that's fine. We can't force people, so yeah.
Lauren Brown is a moderator. No, join doing the. I follow her.
We've got Nancy is another moderator. Nancy and Finn as well. I think Melissa J came on the other day. I've realised who she was now. That's Jefferson, isn't it? So yeah. I can if you want me to be. I don't mind. Right, okay, right. I'm adding you as a moderator, Jasmine, now we've had your permission.
I think she lives in Glenton or Sudbury. I can't think where she's moved.
Well, she'll probably respond to that, so. Okay, we'll confirm you as moderator. So, of course, basically what a moderator does is, in case anyone doesn't know, it clears out all the spamming out, and that's easier said and done. And that's all it is, really, basically. And make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Thanks, Jazzy.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Touring With Us if you haven't already. There will be a nice and relaxing show with Giuliani Buzz, hopefully tomorrow at some point.
We don't know yet.
As it's International Week, of course, we can sort of fit it in. And we'll be recording directly through the organ, which will be a new thing for us as well. It'll be on YouTube, so of course make sure you subscribe to our channel of Touring With Us. Make sure you come over and see us for that. Some really good hymns, relaxing tunes for your Sunday. Sorry?
I haven't put it to my laptop yet.
What haven't you put to your laptop?
Touring With Us is not on there yet.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jackson. Forgot you lived in Sudbury.
Oh, she's in Sudbury.
Yeah.
Cool.
I met Jazzy.
Hello, Sudbury.
So
yeah, I haven't been to Sudbury for a long time. They've got lovely Wetherspoons there. Grover and Allen, top plates, low rates. You can't ask for much more.
Well, can I ever speak? Can I at least speak to my friend Jazzy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jazzy, how are you? How are your little boy? You're so cute.
She's talking to the chat. It's amazing, isn't it?
Jazzy, I love you.
I'll give you a chance to.
Peace out. Peace out. Do some love hearts in. Jazzy, I know your family as well, so I'll ask them if they want to come into the chat, or should I say be a moderator, or should I say follower?
Yeah, I'll give. Yeah, so
love you too, mate.
Brilliant. So I was just giving Jazzy a chance to respond. So Rolo Jab. Some funny names coming in on TikTok this evening.
Rolo Jab? Do you mean Rolo Lab?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a commercial break in just a moment. It's just a musical break, that's all it is. And then at the back of that, we are going to go to a video with a bit of comedy. Okay? Who's ready for a bit of a giggle? You'll have to wait because we're going to go straight to a break. So, of course, I don't know whether you want to stay on or not. If you don't want to stay on, that's fine, Nicole. But, yeah, it's entirely up to you. But if you want to come back on, that's entirely up to you as well. So, of course, yeah. Join us after the break, whatever happens, okay?
Jazz,
hang on. Yeah, go on. One more thing.
Nick says he wants to have a break, but I'm gonna have to come off if he's gonna do that because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, come back whenever you want. Okay, you'll get used to all this because we have to have a program format, So yeah, all right. Thank you for coming on. If you don't come on, and if you do come on, I'll welcome you back. So
now, Jazzy, whenever we're on live, you can come on whenever you want, when you're able and you're free and you're able to. You've got a little boy to look after, haven't you? So yeah.
Come on when you please.
Thanks, Jazzy.
Thank you very much indeed, Jazzy.
I'm saying to Jazzy and our family out there, thank you very much for the ad.
Absolutely.
For the moderator, I mean.
Yeah, I haven't met you in person, but I believe you know Nicole, so yeah.
We've Nick, me and Jazzy have been friends for years and years and so long. I don't know how long, but a long time.
Wow.
Jazzy knows it from Glemsford, so.
Oh, I see. How many more friends that I don't know about? Anyway, we're going to go through this commercial then, and join us in a few shakes.
Oh. Luke Smedley's joined.
Has he?
Yep.
How do I get off this? I'm going to have to get you, come disconnect you, and then it'll do it. Alright, I'll speak to you soon then.
Speak to you soon.
Bye, thanks for coming on. Bye. Bye.
I didn't know you were Jasmine.
I don't know.
with a tribute to the Bee Gees. And that's how I'd like to finish. Hit the music, please.
This world we live in has plenty of love. It's easy to see it if you look hard enough. This world is sleeping, there's lots to go round. It's easy to find it when you know what you found. You and me, girl, we got a lot of love. I'm a child, I'm a past, I'm a free house party to feel. Now, my love, and if he up, and if he up, lying up, hearty, happy, and if happy,
Thank you very much. Good night.
Well, there we go. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was Tim Vine, of course. Definitely he would be a sort of star in seaside resorts such as Clacton, Hunstanton, Great Yarmouth, all those wonderful East Anglian places. He should come down there. Really, really, really good. Well, not of that anyway. I'll have to take some more segments another time. But some more videos. There's another one coming up here. Coming from a channel. Let me just add this because, you know, basically what I've got to do, you're hearing the voice of Nick C, and just in case you're wondering, and you're seeing the background of the recreation ground in Haverhill in Suffolk. If you've never been there, come over and see it for yourself. So yeah, let me just add a video here. I've just got to pick it up here and do the honours, and this is of course from a YouTube. Yeah, let me just add a video here. I've just got to pick it up here and do the honours, and this is of course from a Ustream account, the latest with Jim Davison, who we met recently at the Britannia Pier in Great Yarmouth. What a treat that was, and some will never ever forget it for many years and centuries to come. We've actually got our own version of what we took at the Britannia Pier. We thought we'd sort of take a picture of some snippets of that, although you can see it on his YouTube channel of Ustream. And of course you have to be a member or something like that. You have to pay a monthly fee. But yeah, it's definitely well worth it. And what we took, we may feature on one of our shows as well. So let's have a listen to this one. Jim Davison, Ustream latest.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends and never ends. It never ends. Got to get these teeth sorted out. They're worse than Johnny Depp's. Have you seen Johnny Depp? He's got a new set of railings. I don't know if he went to my place. They called me up the other day and say, how are the railings getting on? Can you come back and we'll give him a service? I've got to go back. They're going to have a look, sort of bang a few in. How is your bite? Okay, it's all right. I ate a banana today and it sounded like a fucking castanet solo going on. But anyway, that's not the point. Anyway, good old Johnny Depp. What else has been in the news?
Sorry about the bad language that you're
really starting to make a difference. We've commissioned some new
programs
now. I need another 200 of you to sign up today, please. This is how we are going up, up, up. We can make some programs if we have your money. If not, it has to be my money, and I ain't got any left. You know where it went. I won't go into details. But please go to ustream.com and sign up, get a subscription. You get 7 days free. You can have a little flick through. We're all there, me, Jeffro, Freddie Starr, Chubby Brown. Sign up, get a subscription. You get 7 days free. You can have a little flick through. We're all there, me, Jeffro, Freddie Starr, Chubby Brown. Or you can go to the shop and get our new mugs. I think these mugs are quite good. Here's one, and here's the T-shirt. I don't know who that is in the T-shirt, but I don't think Johnny Depp's got anything to worry about, even with his old teeth. Right, let's talk about old people. Keir Starmer, right, did you see him? Prime Minister's Question Time is back on the television. In fact, I think it's because the guys are back in the House of Commons now after they have longer off than headmasters and teachers, don't they, for the summer? I saw Nigel Farage looking out the window saying, it's not a bad view, is it, eh? Well, good for him. Get in there, Nigel, and rip them to pieces. Let's hope, and I really do hope, that Nigel and his team join forces with the Conservatives and reshape the party into what it should be in these times. A real good opposition to this piss-poor Prime Minister. He's not a bad guy, really, but he's just a communist. He's just a lefty opposition to this piss-poor Prime Minister. He's not a bad guy, really, but he's just a communist. He's just a lefty lightweight. Did you see him? What a shit performance. He kept calling Rishi Sunak Prime Minister. He did that 3 times. He was asked time and time again by Rishi, who's not Prime Minister, no, why the government had made the decision to fuck over the pensioners by taking away their winter fuel allowance and instead pay highly paid train drivers even more. He couldn't answer the question. Fuck over the pensioners by taking away their winter fuel allowance and instead pay highly paid train drivers even more. He couldn't answer the question. Why do train drivers get so much money and they still want more? And they're going to get more from Keir Starmer because they're a union and he likes all them. It's all about the people. I'm Mao Zedong, really, not Keir Starmer. Anyway, train drivers don't even steer the train, do they? I've often wondered what they do. They just sit there to make sure it stops. Do they do brakes? They've got to look out the window where it says 8 carriage stop. That's it. It's like having a Hornby train set, isn't it? You go like that with the funny thing. Do you still do that? And you slow down at the bends in case it falls over and your goods van and all the rest of it, your freight train, they were the ones that went first and the cat would run off with your fucking guards box. Anyway, Keir, you know what he says every time people say to him, why are you doing this? Oh, we're left with a 22 billion black hole. He's used this line more often than he's told us his dad was a fucking toolmaker, what a thing. It's been 8 weeks they're in, eh? 8 weeks. And that... What have they... I can't understand it. They can find billions and billions for public sector pay rises, right? Funding migrant hotels, right? And the ridiculous net zero. What the fuck? Yes. And what about this? Overseas climate aid. They're sending money to India because it's too hot for the Indians. Yeah, you heard it right. Overseas climate aid. And remember, right, these MPs, right, are cancelling the winter fuel allowance off of pensioners earning £13,000 a year, but get us taxpayers to pay for the MPs' energy bills on their second homes. It's not good, is it? You can see all them funny people at the back, the Labour backbenchers, they don't support it. It's political suicide to them. And whose decision was it to screw over the pensioners? Why are they still going ahead with it? I mean, I don't need it. I never knew I got it. Do I get it? I suppose I do. I'm a pensioner, old age pensioner. Fucking awful. I used to be the young comic, now I'm an old age pensioner. No, I suppose it would come in handy, pay for a few logs, wouldn't it? Anyway, I want you all to do me a favour here on YouTube. If you're a fan, do this for me. Or if you're a Ustream member, do this. I went on Twitter the other day and had a look. Jesus, I get a slag in on there. So I started to answer back. I started to do a... James Blunt, do funny answers, but it just makes them worse. These nutcases, if I gave them £1 million each, they'd still hate my guts. People saying I work with him, he's horrible. No, they fucking haven't. I've never met him in my life. So let's have a fight back army. Okay, you get on X. Saying I work with him, he's horrible. No, they fucking haven't. I've never met him in my life. So let's have a fight back army. Okay, you get on X, as it's now called, and stick up for old Jimbo. That's it. And I'll let you have some of my logs that I buy out of my winter fuel allowance. Let's have some more political news on here before we go over to the wonderful Ustream, right? This is hot off the press. and I'm going to read it like a newsreader. After her thrilling performance in Ibiza, the lefty ginger grandmother, formerly known as Claire Rayner, or Angela Rayner, was seen dancing at a young people's nightclub. Fuck, did you see it? It was really embarrassing. Or at least she never had a fag hanging out of her mouth. So, can you say that nowadays? A fag hanging out of a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. Anyway, people reckon that she was a better dancer than Theresa May. Just. And a damn sight better than Michael Gove. Do you remember seeing him dance, doing dad dancing? He's been very quiet lately, and I think he's out on tour doing his Mr. Bean impressions. Talking of going out on tour, Oasis, right? Do you know what? When I first read that, I'm a bit dyspepsic, and I thought it said ISIS are going on tour again. Fuck that. Anyway, first read that. I'm a bit dyspepsic. And I thought it said ISIS are going on tour again. Fuck that. Anyway, who do you prefer, ISIS or Oasis? Well, they are talking about taking the ginger grandma to be a backing singer and a dancer. Yeah, they think her dancing will distract the fact that they're actually crap. No, they're not. They're all right, I suppose. It's not my type of music. I think I got turned off with this when Roger Kidder, my old mate, the comedian, finished the song, "You're My Wonder, wah-ho-ho." I hope the two brothers have a punch-up on stage to start the show. Fucking great. I met one once. I don't know which one, the younger one, I think, the one that always poses, and he's got that face to make himself look as if he's got diarrhea all the time. Do you know what I mean? He's like that. I've just followed through. Do you really want to pay £3 million for 2 Oasis tickets, though? I don't. I've just got myself a vinyl and a CD of the brilliant Dutch group Focus. Yes, look them up on YouTube. I've just got myself a vinyl and a CD of the brilliant Dutch group Focus. Yes, look them up on YouTube. You will love them. Don't you worry about that. And once you get them under your belt, look at PFM. Bloody marvellous. Premiata Forneria Marcoli. Right, let's have a little go over to Ustream in a minute, and we can talk about some of the things that I don't want to talk about on here. There's an Afghan asylum seeker, claimed he was 14, 19, murdered someone. Unbelievable. And the coroner won't do anything about it. The BBC are cutting jobs, and they want to spend 8 billion or something ridiculous on diversity training for people. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And
yeah. Yes. Welcome back, my friends. Back on to the channel here before it goes even more extreme. But yeah, of course, you can see more of that, of course, on the Ustream account here, and you can actually pay for more content of that. And of course, yeah, I'm surprised that YouTube don't detect every word that he says there. So hopefully we don't have too much issues with that. If anyone was offended, we do apologise, but of course, you know, we are after the watershed. Although, of course, the watershed doesn't make any difference these days. You could be watching anywhere around the world these days, so it doesn't really mean anything. But anyway, of course, we hope that, of course, everybody enjoyed that, especially the Tim Ryan thing. That wasn't as bad, was it? But, of course, you know, it was just interesting to hear what he had to say, obviously without the swear words bit. But, of course, if you were sort of getting what he was trying to say, which I'm not going to go into detail with, but, you know, basically, he's got a beep, he's beep off, you know. Basically, and there's a lot of people joining him on that sort of note as well. But anyway, that's another thing we've got to cut you short with here. We've been over an hour here, but we're going to go on for another 10 minutes, and that is it. Probably this live, or I might get another strike. But you know, I'll have to go back to YouTube if that is the case. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm just praying on that. But yeah, like I say, there was some actual content I'm not sure we were allowed to have, but of course, you know, we had to show you something. But yeah, obviously some sort of content we can't show either further than that. yes, obviously we've got to be careful, but of course, it's not my words. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, especially as people are watching us. There's lots of love hearts here. 1,277. What's the gifts here? So I don't really understand that. Send some more hearts. Is that the hearts? What is the gift section? I don't know if it's a monetized thing. I don't really get it. But yeah, anyway, that's another thing altogether. So yeah, hopefully, all being well, we return to the Nice and Relaxing Show, and that will be on YouTube this time, so we can say a little bit more to what we can't say on here. Hopefully, when we get enough subscribers, we'll have a membership channel, which basically means, of course, you can have exclusive content. You can say what you like about certain things, which you can't normally say, especially if you're live here right now. So yeah, we'll stay on for another 10 minutes and see how this live goes, but maybe these things are warning issues. I'm just getting a lot of warning issues. I don't know if that's coming up on the screen, all these warning issues. There's certain things you can't sort of say these days, and of course, it's getting a bit silly now. Just keep it at when we come as offending people. I don't want to use the other word because that's been used a lot of times in the MSM and some of the stations as well. But what I will say is this, it's when it becomes an insult directly to the person, and not, of course, if you don't agree with someone. I just want to make that absolutely clear, and I won't say any more further than that. Let's have a look at, of course, I've got someone following me here, Jazzy, so thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. We've got 213 followers now on TikTok, which is great. Hopefully we grow on that, and of course, it may well be another strike that we get, but of course we'll have to be on our last warning. But hopefully we don't even get to that point as well, so we have to be very cautious here. So hopefully no one was offended by what we were showing here. And that's the style of Jim Davison, and he's always been like that since day one, since he was in the the snookering with you tonight, that kind of thing. Well, he wasn't as offensive on that, but I mean on the snooker program, A Big Break, and then he went on to the Jim Davison Generation Game, which took over from Bruce Forsyth. Who remember Bruce Forsyth? For goodness sake, that's going back a long time here. But I can't work out why Jim Davison actually doesn't really sort of comply with. Is that the right word? Sort of get on with, or got on, if you like, because Bruce Forsyth is no longer with us, but he never really got on with Bruce Forsyth for some reason. I don't know why. Spurs. Well, yeah. Spurs, I don't know if they had an argument about football teams, but of course, happy days on YouTube. Jazzy, if you can subscribe to Touring With Us on there and come and see our relaxing shows, we've got some highlights on that as well, which of course are on YouTube right now. But yeah, I want to thank everybody that has been in the chat, nearly at least 100 viewers that have been watching us all night here. I do flick through all the lives here and of course say hello to people, and they have 9 times out of 10, some haven't, and just skip past the message, but we try and read and answer every message. It's not going to be easy as more people are watching us, but of course we can only apologise if we miss any of you out.
You've got to get that on YouTube.
Yeah, we've got to get that many on YouTube. It's very difficult. But we can do it with your confidence on here, which can be passed over to our YouTube channel. It can be possible. But with YouTube we can do a little bit more of a live walk and that kind of thing, whereas I can't do that on my mobile here. I can't go mobile here at this moment of time. I think you've got to get enough following to get that sort of far. Some people can, some people can't, you know, whereas TikTok, you can't go directly live as well. You have to have a certain amount of followers. If you go on X, you can actually go live directly without, well, actually, to be fair, Touring With Us has over 1,000 followers on that anyway, so that is probably why we've got live anyway. But of course I don't know, because I'm sure I tried it on my other channel. I only have a few followers on my latest with Nick C, and already I've managed to go live. So why can't it be like that with all social media networks? I don't know what the motive behind that is. But I thank you so much, everyone. Unfortunately, we had an issue with, of course, Luke Smedley's live. Although, of course, we could hear everything he said, but he got affected with the echoes, which can be annoying when somebody's hearing echoes when he goes on the live. So that's why he hasn't really come back on. Which is a bit of a shame, really, but of course that happens. That was a bit of a disappointment, but never mind about that. But we can thank our moderators anyway. At least he did come on for a little bit and had a chat with us. That's the main thing. That's what it's all about. A community project where we talk to one another, respect one another. We don't argue with each other. We don't shout at each other. Yes, lots of love hearts from whoever. I don't know where they're coming from. Is that Nicole doing it on her own with the finger? Is your finger getting tired there, or is it getting broken by doing it? I think they must love us. We're the guys from the Nice and Relaxing Show. What do you expect? But yeah, we'll be doing something a little bit different on the Nice and Relaxing Show. Hopefully a bit more direct, and hopefully I'll enhance the sound. If you have any issues with the sound, let us know, because we're going to do a test run before we go live. You know, an actual hymn section. So we'll test run through, make sure the sound is working fine, and all that kind of thing. The only problem I might have, Julian, is there's going to be a slight problem there. You won't be able to hear yourself. That's the only problem.
I would leave it out then and just go live directly.
Well, yeah, I'll have to get round it somehow. I'll have to think of a way around it somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but when there's a way, there's a will. That's what I would say of that. I've got loads of things in here. I've even got pens in here. Touring With Us pens as well. Somewhere lurking around. Yeah. If anybody wants one, they look very, very good and very shiny. There's a pink one there. I thought Gemma wanted one. Does Gemma still want one? I'm talking about Nicole's relation there, out there. Maybe she'll want one, maybe she won't. I don't know. But of course, yeah, lots of stuff there. Absolutely. Gemma does want one, so yeah, there you go. She can happily support Touring With Us there. I got her a pink one, and it did arrive about a few weeks ago. So there we go. Still want pen and badge. Well, I've got a small badge here. I can only provide the small ones at the moment. Need to get rid of the small ones, but yeah, need to get rid of these. I've got small ones here. They look like those. But I do need to get the bigger ones at some point as well. So yeah, I do have it spare, and it's been sitting there for quite some time. But she needs to go over to the eBay account, and then we can order it as soon as possible. You know, please wait up to 5 working days, and we'll let you know when it's been sent. And you know, after that, of course, it's up to the postman to send it to the right address. So you'll have to let me know when you're ever in Sudbury. Are you talking to Nicole, or are you talking to the presenter? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I presume you're talking to Nicole, because I don't think I've ever met you. So, but we have done videos of Sudbury. Oh, both. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate that. We have done videos and live videos and broadcasts of Sudbury. If you want to check those out on YouTube, feel free to go over and have a look. We really would appreciate it. So yeah, we haven't been to Sudbury for a long time, by the way. It's been a while. It's a trek to get to sometimes because you've got to go to Bury and then go from Bury to Sudbury, which can be a little bit of a trek. You used to get the Beeston's 236, which is now GB News, if you recognise that number. But yeah, there used to be a direct route from Hayville to Sudbury, but it's no longer in use. You have to sort of change the buses now. Go to Clare, then go from Clare to Sudbury and thereforth. But yes, that's what Nicole wants to do. She wants to meet up at some point. So it's very, very good news that we've got more moderators here. And if Jazzy can subscribe to Touring With Us on YouTube, she can be a moderator on that as well. The moderators are volunteered at this present time, but of course who knows what the future may be ahead, because we've had a lot of moderators. We've had Melissa J, we've had past ones as well that haven't been in the chat for a long time, so we do need them when Nicole's not able to get there for whatever reason. So we need someone else to step in. At the same time, you know, it's not just about one moderator, it's about several here who is sensible enough to do it, and it's quite an easy job really. It's more easier on YouTube than it is on TikTok, because we had an incident where we got one strike before because of a guest that came on. That's why we don't allow too many guests on very much these days unless they're pre-planned. So there we go. I was going to read the word for today, but I think I've lost that booklet. Or you've got it, haven't you?
I'm sure.
I'll read it another time, but of course, if you've got it, you've got it. I'll use it for next time. Use it for Sunday, really. It's getting sort of, you know, to the late time now, and I want to say a huge thank you to all the mods and even the new mods that have come in tonight, which is brilliant. It really means a lot to us, and wow, over 2,000. Look down there, you're going to have to pick it up, Julian. I can't squeeze through that. So yeah, it's been really amazing. Lots of love hearts. I don't know what the gifts mean. Does anyone know about the gifts here?
No,
I've already read the Be a Giver yesterday.
Right,
I've already read that one. Shall we read that one? Read one more, I think?
You can do it.
Well, okay, I'll read just one for luck, and then the rest of them I'm going to read tomorrow. So we are going to finish here with one more thing to leave you with here, and tomorrow will be more kind of like Sunday service. We're going to service you on a motorway. Not quite like the motorway that you might expect on the M11 or the M25 at South Mims or anything like that, but bring your copies anyway. They might be cheaper at home. But like I say, the gifts can be transferred into money, but the conversation isn't great. Okay, what does that mean? Conversation isn't great. Is it what we're talking about? I don't know. What do you mean by conservation? Right, okay. I don't get it. Is it that some people don't like what we're talking about? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think that's what you're referring to. I don't know. But
no, probably not.
It says something about conservation.
No, that's
conversation.
Conversation, not con.
You know, conversation.
No, it's not. Is it?
I don't know what it means. It's got double meanings. That.
No, it doesn't mean anything to me.
No, yeah. Can you explain what that means, Jazzy, please? Because you know, we're a bit short for words this time of night. But yeah, of course, yes. This probably refers to anyone here knowing when to be quiet. Goodness me. So.
Hang on.
Yeah, no, you could get £5 worth of gifts, but you'd only receive like 50p from it. Oh, okay, it's a bit like a super chat. It's an early super chat, because I thought you would get them when you get 1k followers. That's how it works on YouTube, but obviously this is TikTok.
Why should you have to pay for gifts online?
No. Somebody obviously offers a gift, and they probably pay like £5 towards it or something like that. Yeah, but that's where TikTok is making money, a bit like YouTube. They take a cut, don't they? It's a bit like GoFundMe. So if anybody wants to support us on GoFundMe, they can. There's normally a link, but of course I haven't got it in my screen at the moment. But it's GoFundMe. Check it out on YouTube on the About section. I think most people know what that's all about. So Jazzy, I will try and get you as a moderator. If you come on our lives on YouTube, because we're going to cross over to that, not tonight necessarily, but of course at another stage, because I use OBS Studio, which transmits the lives over directly from a laptop like this. This is why sometimes we have signal issues, because we're going live directly through a laptop, which can be a little bit more sensitive. But when I go to Great Yarmouth, hopefully I'll get a decent ultimate Wi-Fi, which we shouldn't have any issues with. We've been having issues in certain hotels, and it's really, really annoying. And you know, we can't do nothing about that. GoFundMe on YouTube, absolutely. So if you want to support us in any way, feel free to do so. You can do that. It's up to you if you want to do that. Or, of course, another great way to support the channel is by purchasing one of our merchandise. And, of course, all will be split up between Touring With Us and the organ fund of the Nice and Relaxing show. Julian needs to talk to you, Nicole, about the organ fund donation, which is 20. I'm not going to say any more than that. I can't say because it's private information. He needs to talk to you privately about that. He's trying to get round to talk to you about that when, of course, you have a moment. But yeah, it's 20. Okay. I think Nicole knows what that means. So we're going to, of course, read you out instead of play you out. Of course, we will play you out with theme tune, but of course, we're going to read you out with this. Knowing when to be quiet, coming from the UCB Word for Today United Christian Broadcasters, which is basically a volunteer-run radio station based on volunteered presenters that, of course, talk about the Christianity. And also, of course, it's based in Stoke-on-Trent. You can get this free magazine that I'm waving around here, and it looks very much like this. We get them in Haverhill, but you can get you can get them delivered to your door. This is the latest edition here, and they look very much like this. So here we go. Knowing when to be quiet. It's a time to be quiet and a time to speak. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th US president, was known as a reserved man who spoke very little. One day, when a reporter attempted to interview him, the conversation went like this. Reporter: do you wish to say anything about the war in threat in Europe? Coolidge: no. Reporter says this. Do you have anything to say about the strike in the clothing factories? Coolidge replied, no. Reporter says, do you have anything to say about the League of Nations? Coolidge replied, no. Reporter says, would you care to comment on the farm production problem? Coolidge said no, and responded no. As the reporter was leaving the room, Coolidge respectively called him back and said with a smile, don't quote me. The Bible says, for everything there is a season and a time for every activity under heaven. A time to be quiet and a time to speak. Never allow yourself to be pressured into saying anything you don't want to say, or get drawn in when you don't feel like talking. Silence isn't a lack of communication. It's a form of communication that can be very effective one. So Yeah, it can be a very effective one. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. One thing is for sure, what you don't say today, you won't have to explain or apologise for tomorrow. If your tendency is to speak without thinking, or when you have nothing constructive to add, weigh the situation carefully and ask God for wisdom before deciding you should speak or be quiet. Remember, even dunces who keep quiet are thought to be wise as long as they keep their mouths shut. Interesting. There we go. That's all I'm going to read for now. Okay, until tomorrow, we'll read you pretty much a chill out one for tomorrow. Absolutely brilliant. 4,000. Never has as many as that. It's just really, really amazing. Thank you so much. I wonder if it's the same person been doing all night. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely. I think Giuliani Buzzbuzz is falling asleep now. So we're going to say good night to you all. And thank you all so much on behalf of the Touring House team. Make sure you subscribe to us, especially the new model has just arrived tonight. And I hope they sleep well. And wake up tomorrow, of course. Really enjoying the content on the Touring with Us now. And spreading the word, which is very key to this modern day as well. We're also on X, which we have over 1,000 followers on it anyway. So good night to you all, and God bless you all. Stay safe, peace out, and God bless to you all. Wherever you may be, have yourself a truly wonderful rest of the weekend.
Come and join from YouTube.
And truly and deeply, it is end of story for now until the next time I go live.
Come and join
Catch
us
us
on YouTube.
Come and join us on YouTube, as Julian said, and catch us on Latest with Nick C. Follow us there as well. In the meantime, and nice and relaxing show will be coming up very, very shortly. And yes, take care until next time. Peace out for now. Let's have there you go. See you all later. Bye. God bless you for watching. See you next time. The latest with Nick C follows shortly on your TikTok dial, and only exclusive to TikTok. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Cheerio! Peace out! Bye!
Bye.